Hi, myself, I'm R.BHUSHAN. Welcome to Editorial. And today I'm going to share you the editorial of ST Hindustan Times. Here it is. Before starting I would like to request to please share, subscribe and like this channel. A roadmap for Kashmiri's economic development. A roadmap for Kashmiri's economic development. Accelerate public spending, encourage private investment and persuade Kashmiris to welcome it. This article was written by Vashandhar. Although the method chosen by the Indian government of removing Article 36 is unfortunate, 7 decades of the reality suggests that it did not work and if anything was aggressive from the development of a standpoint. Democratic methods including all-party delegation, interlocutors and negotiation with Pakistan to stem the tide of the militancy in Kashmir have not worked either. India had to choose to try something new for the situations fester indefinitely. Kashmiris now have an opportunity to turn this moment to their advantage and build a solid economic and the infrastructure, but to do so will require a significant change in the mindset. This will be changing. There is, however, no reason why a place of such natural beauty and the rich heritage should continue to be left behind in a connected digital world where trade and investment are the keys to development. As soon as someone who grew up in Kashmir, I know for firsthand the Kashmiris are care about the quality of life and future of their children. Every year, a family ritual started by an ancestor in 1836, and now it's a 183rd unbroken iterations takes back into Kashmir. While there, I typically address hundreds of the high school students in Srinagar about how they should think about their future in the world for the digital platforms and globalization. The dialogue is invariably about how they can pursue dreams they can unable to realize in Kashmir. That is same, it needs to change. Kashmiri special status created a perverse incentive and impossible climate of business. The protections afforded by the Kashmiris under Article 370 has turned out from the regressive exploited by local politicians by their own hands, and they have inhabited investment and progress. Every Kashmiri has come to know and expect rampant corruption. Courts are inefficient. Officials are planted to post by their friends, and local leaders have no creative solution or incentive but play the delicate double game between the terrorist and the central government. What is clear about 70 years in the Kashmir, instability and social climate do not benefit anyone except those served by the status quo. To understand the region economic shortfall, let us look at the Kashmiri GDP, roughly $18 billion more closely. In comparison, Himachal Pradesh, a similarly agrarian state but with the half the population, has a GDP of $22 billion. Goa has half of Kashmiri GDP with a tenth of the population. According to Pratham, one of the largest NGO in the India promoting education to underprivileged children in India, Kashmiri ranks close to the bottom in India, and a standard reading and math test conducted across the country addressing the Kashmir questions requires two major challenges. Kashmir must be willing to look ahead instead of the rear view mirror. Why they have been played, the actors made questionable agendas, perhaps have made some unfortunate choices of themselves. It also required the central government to convince the people angered by military presence and the current clampdown that a solid economic plan is underway, which will be therefore long-term interest with a lowdown. Now it's a fourth week that this must be happen quickly. What might such a plan look like? Typically 5% investment can start an economy if there is a descent multiplier, meaning that roads and bridges are built properly, actually lead somewhere and spur that other economic activity. That's a $1 billion a year. The government's plan to allocate roughly $20 billion per year infrastructure project over the next few years. So 5% of that total on Kashmir would be insignificant, but within the realm of the reality. Without public investment and the accompanying reductions of the tension and private money is unlikely to follow. How should this money be invested? Broadly speaking, it could be split between the infrastructure and services. The former includes roads, bridges, schools, health facilities, and municipal services. The latter constitute court system, banking, and government services. Without such essential services, there will be no private investment following public spending. The biggest unknown at the moment is how Kashmiris will respond to private investment. Some have argued that investment in Kashmir has been limited due to its status as disputed territory and the security situation. But Kashmiris need to be persuaded that a business approach is in their best interest, even though the manner in which Article 370 has been dismantled is deeply problematic and regrettable. That this will not be easy, but if Kashmiris chose, there is a reason for the Kashmiris cannot turn into what the Mughal Emperor Jahangir said: if there is a paradise on earth, it is there, it is here, it is here. If there is a paradise on earth, it is here, it is here, it is here. This opinion was Basant Dar, professor of New York University STEM School of Business and the Center of the Data Science, in this expressed by the personal, not mine. Thank you so much.